What if a single doctrine could influence the way federal agencies interpret and enforce regulations? What if its absence could alter the balance of power within the United States government? This isn't a hypothetical scenario. We're talking about the Chevron Doctrine, a legal principle that has played a pivotal role in American administrative law for 4 decades, and its recent reversal by the Supreme Court. The Chevron Doctrine traces its roots back to the 1980s. It was born out of a landmark Supreme Court case, Chevron USA, Inc. versus Natural Resources Defense Council, Inc. The ruling in this case established a principle known as Chevron deference. This principle instructs courts to defer to a federal agency's interpretation of a statute that it administers, especially when the statute is ambiguous or silent about a particular issue. Chevron deference has been a cornerstone of administrative law, allowing agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency and the Food and Drug Administration to exercise their expertise and make practical policy decisions. It has enabled these agencies to fill in the gaps in legislation, ensuring the smooth operation of government functions. But this long-standing doctrine has been recently upended. The Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, has decided to overturn the Chevron Doctrine. This seismic shift in legal precedent has the potential to significantly influence the way federal agencies operate. Federal agencies, particularly those in charge of land management, have historically relied heavily on the Codes of Federal Regulations, or CFRs. These regulations are instrumental in assimilating common state criminal laws for public protection on federal lands. These assimilated laws have played a crucial role in maintaining order and safety. For instance, they have allowed agencies to enforce speed limits, manage hunting and fishing activities, and regulate the use of off-road vehicles. Essentially, these regulations ensure that individuals understand their responsibilities and adhere to the rules when using public lands. So, what does this mean for the numerous codes of federal regulations? In essence, the absence of Chevron deference could lead to a shift in power from federal agencies to the courts. Without the Chevron Doctrine, agencies may become more cautious and hesitant in their decision-making. This could result in delays in approvals and an increased exposure to unsafe products. Moreover, the ruling may impact the ability of federal agencies to address pressing issues such as climate change. Without the flexibility to interpret ambiguous statutes, these agencies may struggle to implement effective policies, especially in an era of deep partisanship and legislative gridlock. In summary, the Chevron Doctrine has been a guiding principle in administrative law, permitting federal agencies to leverage their expertise and make practical policy choices. However, there have been instances where federal agencies have exceeded their authority in interpreting the law under the umbrella of the Chevron Doctrine. These overreaches have often sparked controversy, leading to debates on the doctrine's efficacy and fairness. With its recent overturning by the Supreme Court, there could be significant implications, potentially giving rise to more vigilant decision-making by agencies, delays in approvals, and difficulties in addressing pressing issues like climate change. On the flip side, the reversal of the Chevron Doctrine could serve as a check on federal agencies, preventing them from overstepping their interpretative boundaries in the future. It could usher in an era of increased accountability, where decisions are more thoroughly scrutinized to ensure adherence to the letter of the law. As we advance, it will be compelling to witness the ripple effects of this decision on the landscape of American administrative law. The Supreme Court's verdict is set to redefine the dynamics of administrative law, making it a fascinating field to observe in the coming years.